Thank you.
All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. I'm Ricky Smith, and this is Faith on Friday Presents. At Faith on Friday Presents, we're all about highlighting inspiring people, engaging topics, and small businesses. And don't forget, while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us with your network. Okay, so we are all doing it. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, everywhere. And we are looking at content, looking for content, and wondering what makes this content so good. Well, today I'm going to introduce you to somebody who is the content queen. Don't play with me, okay? Because I don't mess around. Her name is Tamara Hamilton, and she is going to tell us everything about content and content creation. Y'all say hello to my friend Tamara. Hi, Tamara. How are you?
Hi, I'm well. How are you? Hi, everybody.
I'm doing good, thank you. But girl, there is so much involved in this topic. So first of all, tell me a little bit about you, what you do, and where you are.
I am in southeastern Wisconsin, born and raised. I am on the journey to 50. I've got 2 adult children, 2 beautiful, the most absolute beautiful, both inside and out grandchildren who are the absolute loves of my life. I started in marketing fresh out of high school at the age of 18, so I've done it for more than half of my life. I always say you cut me open and marketing just pours out, and I've been fortunate enough to both have the audience and develop and cultivate the audience that accepts that part of me because I only present myself authentically. I love tacos. Tacos are my favorite food. But I don't mess around with everybody's tacos now because not everybody, first of all, everybody's kitchen ain't clean. Right, everybody can't make tacos. They think they can, but they can't, right?
I love Wisconsin. Girl, where you will find a good taco in Wisconsin? Because, I'm in El Paso. So, girl, we don't play when it comes to our tacos.
You would be surprised. We actually have. I've always grown up around Latinas, and there are some great Mexican restaurants in southeastern Wisconsin. You would really be surprised. In fact, I'm from a smaller little community, less than 100,000 people, but our tacos are some of the best that I've had in the country. Now I know El Paso. I know we talking different. Yeah.
That's right. I'm a gauntlet, and I got 60 people right now going, oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. So they're probably coming for you. I just need to let them know. So talk to us about this content creation, because we're on the internet all day and every platform all over the time. So what makes content so important when it comes to marketing?
Content is so important when it comes to marketing because we are in the middle of one of the biggest generational shifts, right? 10, 15, 20, 25, even 30 years ago, everyone was concerned with marketing to millennials, right? Mm-hmm. Now, boomers, Gen X, and elder millennials and zennials are all still relevant, but we're coming to the point in time where Gen Z is coming into their own, and they are a very large generation, and they just have, they're completely different than, especially like your boomers, right? And then as you go up in age further distance from them, you're going to see a lot of different shifts, right? And so one of the big things is they don't like traditional advertising. They don't like to be advertised in the traditional way. I think number one, they find it boring, like yawn, impress me. That doesn't impress me. They're also a lot more socially conscious. They have a completely different mindset, in the way that you reach them is going to be different. So are television ads, radio ads still relevant today? Yes. Will they always be relevant? I don't know, but I think they will be for quite some time. However, as depending on the type of business and industry that you're in, you may find that your numbers are getting smaller and smaller as that population ages, unfortunately passes away, and faces different things financially, right? And so depending on, is your business going to die when you die, or if you're trying to create something for the longer term, you're going to want to learn how to figure out and market to Gen Z. Now, with that said, it ain't for all of us to market to Gen Z. However, it still behooves us to learn how to get into the content game, because we're still competing for space and attention on the same platforms that are dominated by Gen Z, TikTok in particular. Anywhere where short form video, where is short form video not important in 2023? So content is a great way to market without being that traditional, very regimented. Basically, the way I learned marketing, 30 years ago, that stuff don't work anymore. Now we have to be a lot different. It's a lot more about relationships, and a lot of the way you create that relationship online is through content, and that includes being your authentic self, branding yourself, and showing a day in your life. Like, one of the big things that's trending in short form video is what I eat in a day, right?
I know, but see, I guess I'm of that generation. I don't care what you eat. Now, I do like pictures of food, because I like to cook. I like good food. I love beautiful presentation. But maybe I'm of that generation that says, baby girl, I don't care that you're eating this again. It's 3:45 in the afternoon, and this is what you're showing me. So though content is important, and though who you're building it for is necessary, how do you know what good content looks like?
You know what good content looks like? I love this question. Is you need to first know who it is that you're serving, right? Who are you aiming to get your content in front of and hold their attention? Because part of your responsibility as a marketer is to know who it is that you serve and how you serve them. And a good way to do that is by creating engaging content and asking them, giving them input. Everybody has an opinion, right? People love to have an opinion. So you give them the opportunity to have some input. Pay attention to your insights and your analytics. That's another good way. And having good old conversation with your ideal client, both, in a conversation, girl,
We're still doing that?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of conversational content for this reason. And number two, I would say, is definitely paying attention to your analytics and your insights, and knowing when is your ideal client online, what types of content do they interact with. A great thing to do is, if you have a Facebook group, that's nothing but a focus group. You can watch your ideal client in their natural habitats on social media, right?
In their natural habitat.
Right.
Because we're looking, we're scrolling. Depending on what you're looking for, will depend on what you find. So now, trending, because you said earlier, TikTok, of course, is trending. Here's my thing. Are people sleeping on Pinterest?
A girl. We could do a whole thing on Pinterest. Because I made good money with Pinterest last year, let me tell you. Pinterest, yeah. Pinterest has been one of my fastest growing platforms since 2019. I had 3 million views on Pinterest at one point, okay? So Pinterest, people are definitely sleeping on it. Pinterest, okay, calm down, Tamara.
I know, bring it in.
Bring it in, okay? So a couple things. When we talk about trends, let's talk about, you said TikTok. I like to not think about it content platform specific, right? I like to think about content in terms of longevity, the shelf life of that content, right? And so I also like to think of maximizing both my efforts and the attention, okay? So when I say maximize the attention, I like to be omnipresent. Not everyone can be on multiple platforms. Now, that doesn't mean I live on all these different platforms, but it does mean that I have a plan in place to get my content on all of these platforms to maximize that reach, attention, as well as not have to create different content for all of these different platforms. And one of the greatest ways to do that, because remember a couple of years ago, you had to create different dimensions and sizes for all of these platforms, and it literally gave me anxiety, right? So in today's world, it's all about the size of your phone screen, right? And that is short form video. So I would say instead of TikTok, I would say short form video, because here's the reality. Montana is trying to ban TikTok. Everybody's trying to ban TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And so when we talk about content, we have to remember we don't own these social media platforms. So it's very important to do a couple things. Number one, we need to be collecting leads, and we need to be getting those leads and having conversation off of the platform. And that means, you know, especially if you're only on like Mark Zuckerberg's platforms, be it Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, not those. You need to move them to Telegram. You need to move them to a text message service and build your email list, because whatever happens with these platforms, whether they go down for a day, they get shut down. I gotta sneeze, it's coming. Kind of had to force it. Okay. But thank you. And, you know, these platforms go down, we still need to be able to contact our email list. We still need to be able to send content to them. So that's one thing. The other thing is to be on other platforms. So like I said, I'm not active on Pinterest all day, every day. However, I'm there enough that if Facebook goes kaput, if TikTok goes kaput, I can put more focus and attention into what I've got over on Pinterest, which, by the way, I think I have like 12,000 followers on Pinterest, right? Exactly.
I mean, you know, but it's crazy because folks think of, you know, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, you're good, and TikTok, and those, like you said, these things, there's some trouble brewing. There's some people boycotting various things, and things are trying to get out, you know, pulling off the platforms. So if those are the only platforms you're on, you're gonna miss a whole audience, or one day, Lord forbid, you're gonna miss all your people, because if that's all you have. So it's kind of like diversifying not just your brand, but your money and your content and your reach.
Exactly.
So if you're only on these three things, you could be missing out.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, but here's another thing, because you mentioned about anxiety about all these things. I know I did when I first got on, and I started on Facebook like many small business owners did, and then we moved from Facebook to LinkedIn to Twitter to Instagram to now same thing. I'm on all these platforms, but the anxiety comes in like, oh gosh, do I have to do another video? Now what? You know, how do you answer people who are like, I'm on all these platforms, but holy cow, I just ain't got time.
Right. It's a valid point, a valid question. And my answer to that, I already kind of alluded to it, is having a strategy to reshare and repurpose content. If you look at Gary Vaynerchuk and what he does, he's Gary V on Instagram, and he has, you know, all these followers on YouTube, which is where he started. He is the content, right? And that's what I always tell people. You are the content, you are the brand, you are the algorithm, believe it or not. You are the algorithm, literally, okay? And so when you understand that you are the content, you can, like this video that's being recorded with us right now, what can be done from this video is it can be broken down into 15-second clips. It can be broken down into 8-second clips, right? So from one interview that's 30 minutes long, 45 minutes long, you've got almost infinite number of pieces of content that can come from that. And then you can use those shorter form pieces of content to drive traffic to the longer form piece of content, which is going to help you out on YouTube and even Facebook. And then you can also increase your audience and your reach and attract new viewers, new followers, new subscribers, new leads by getting that content on places like TikTok, on Pinterest. Yes. You know, one of my mentors, she did a podcast interview with somebody who made $25,000 from Pinterest, you know, by collecting leads on Pinterest. Yeah.
Right. And see, and I love Pinterest, but I love Pinterest for hors d'oeuvres ideas and decorating ideas. So it's interesting to hear, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this have Pinterest boards. We have lots of boards. And we can make money on our Pinterest boards?
Yeah, I think people have abandoned Pinterest because they did so. Your Facebook audience is going to be a little weird. I hate to use that word, and y'all please don't disconnect from us and stop watching. But Facebook, your Facebook audience, especially like I'm 49, right? My organic audience on Facebook, they've tried Instagram, they didn't get it, so they stuck to Facebook. They've tried Pinterest, they didn't get it, so they stuck to Facebook. So here's what I do on Pinterest. On Pinterest, on TikTok, I'm not going for the same audience that I have on Facebook. I'm going for a little bit younger audience. I'm going for a different audience on each of the different platforms, and how I do that is through the SEO. I do that through the hashtags. I do that through the content itself. And then because my Facebook audience is the one that I have the closest relationship with, I can still share pieces of me with that audience on Facebook that just makes them love me that much more.
Yeah, and really, honestly, what's not to love? But let me ask you this. So with what you're doing, like you said, making that kind of money on Pinterest, on, keeping your audience engaged, how can a small business get involved? Because you look at now, all these businesses, they have their business page, they have this, and they're not really making money off their business page. I don't even know if anybody's really collecting leads as opposed to just, let's engage our audience. Can a small business look at Pinterest and go, there's an opportunity? And how would they do that?
How they would do that is they would first develop the content strategy. And so that's going to begin with assessing your competition. What are they doing? Are they even on Pinterest? And please know that just because they're not on Pinterest doesn't mean they shouldn't be, that you shouldn't be, and that you can't be, okay? So you work with somebody like me to come up with the strategy to, number one, drive, where are we going to drive the traffic? How are we going to collect the leads? What are we going to entice them with? And then how are we going to escalate them, move them through what's called the buyer's journey? And that's what a lot of small businesses are actually missing, is they want to go on social media and sell. And social media is not really a selling platform. Your email list that everybody keeps saying email is dead. You have a a 5 times greater chance of actually selling to somebody on your email list versus from a social media post. So the reason that I like to tell people, it all really works together, and that's what I really help people do. Like, I know people who are really good and they set up systems and they can help you get set up your text messaging and all. I let them do that because I don't like the technical stuff. Can I do it once I've done it and figured it out, like Rubik's Cube? I'm bored with it. Okay, so I don't really get into that. But what I can help you with is I can help you with writing the email sequence to take care, because a lot of people collect leads but they don't nurture them. So we got to nurture that. Yeah, we got to nurture those leads, right? We got to hit them so many times in the first 30 days, and we got to hit them with a strategy and with the right content. And so we have to then figure out, okay, now that we're going to collect these leads, we know what lead magnet, what supporting content are we going to create to keep them coming back, because we need them keep coming back to our blog, to our website, because most sales are not made on the first visit, right? So we got to keep them coming back to increase the probability, and then we work on the conversion, right? And so there's all these different steps, and a lot of people just think of social media as sell. First of all, you can reach your existing customers on social media, right? And they're going to be your best advocate, because part of the customer buyer journey is ascending them from being a stranger on the internet all the way to being a advocate, being a net promoter for you. And if you have it set up, becoming an affiliate or joining your team, if you're in like network marketing or direct sales, for example, right? And so there's a very regimented process to that.
And it's so interesting. You're saying all this stuff, and a lot of the folks either have never heard this before or definitely don't know how to do it. So I'm going to ask you, Tamara, if somebody wanted to work with you, where in the world should they find you?
They can reach me at tamirashamilton@gmail.com or visit my Facebook business page, Tamara S. Hamilton Digital Marketing Agency, and we can book a 10-15 minute consult and see, if it's a good fit and what we should do next, what the next steps would be in terms of helping you get your content strategy and plan together.
I love it. Y'all, don't worry. If y'all did not get any of that, all of her contact information is going to be in the description below. And I'm going to strongly suggest you hit her up. But for those of you all who are watching, if you or someone you know has an inspiring story, a topic we have to talk about, or a small business that needs to be highlighted, go over to our website at faithonfriday.com and send us an email. We want to hear from you. Tamara, my friend, before I let you go, we got to play a game.
Okay. Shall we play a game?
Shall we? Oh, you just told on yourself. You can't be funny. I'm just saying.
Come on now, Ricky.
So, come on, you know we told that out. So this game is called This or That. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the choice of two things. And you, off the top of your head, my friend, just tell me which one you like the best. Are you ready to play?
I am ready to play.
Here we go. Coffee or tea?
Ooh, tea.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Oh, yeah, Prince, the little purple man. I do love me some Michael Jackson, but Prince all day, every day. I still mourn him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My condolences, girl.
Thank you.
Work from home or go to the office?
Oh, work from home, baby. I'm allergic to that other stuff.
Yeah, girl, me and you both.
Mm-hmm.
Romantic comedy or action adventure?
Action adventure.
Okay. Fight, flight, or freeze?
Depends on the foe. Depends on the foe.
So good. That is a great answer. It really is. Okay. Do it yourself or hire a professional?
Hire a professional. I believe in doing what you do best, and it's the best dollar spent to hire the people who are best at what they do to do it for you.
That is so my mantra, girl. That is so my mantra. Okay. Bite your tongue or clap back?
Ooh, I wish it was bite your tongue, but clap back. I'm gonna clap back somehow. I just am. This mouth.
I just want that about you.
Yeah.
I just say we're gonna pray for your mouth.
Yeah, pray for my mouth. Really, my facial expressions, because that's what's gonna tell the truth in a heartbeat. Oh, your girl ain't got no poker face.
Okay. Large crowds or small groups?
Small groups for sure. Very introverted.
I'm sorry. What?
I am definitely an introvert. Yes. Small
I'm gonna
groups.
just leave that right there because we're gonna talk about that later.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah. Slow dance or shake that thing?
Slow dance.
In peanut butter, crunchy or creamy?
Creamy. Every now and then I like a little crunch, but my peanut butter, my almond butter, I prefer smooth.
Okay. And if you were an animal, what would you be and why?
The tiger is my spirit animal. I hate to admit this publicly, but the whole stalk and ambush thing.
We have so much to do with it.
No, seriously, the tiger is such a beautiful big cat, and no two tigers have the same stripes. And I don't know, I've just been in love with that animal since I was a little girl. But yeah, the tiger in the bush, I love tigers.
Yeah, I'm still working on the stalking and ambush thing.
I'm not saying I actually stalk people.
Look, I'm not judging.
I'm saying more so back to that fight or flight thing. A lot of people throughout my life kind of take me as a punk, and then then I have to emerge from the bush and let them know, that I am a tigress. Yeah.
All right. Tamara, thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. It's been so much fun.
You knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be. Thank you for having me.
All right, y'all. That's it for this time. But don't worry. We'll be back with more Faith on Friday Presents.